Hey guys, it's Vanessa Espinoza again. Now, last time I came at you guys with another Sly Cooper theory. A while back I did Sly Cooper character profiling. But this time I have another theory. Last time we talked about the Thievius Raccoonus. This time we're talking about how the trio ended up in the orphanage. What could have been the possibilities? Now, let's start with the leader. Let's start with Sly, the one that we know for a fact. We all know that on the night he was supposed to inherit the book, meaning the Thievius Raccoonus, 5 visitors came unannounced at their door. Now, unannounced. It sounds kind of like, what if Sly was royalty at one point? What if he lived in a castle or something like that? Or some kind of village or something to where his parents and him were important. That could be a possibility. Now, going back to the whole time travel aspect that I discussed in my last video about the Thievius Raccoonus and how it could have been created. If you think about it, what if Penelope was responsible for that too? In my last video, I had stated something about how she could have had a part in making Clockwork immortal because of time travel. But she had one condition. She said you can kill off the Coopers, but leave the youngest behind, i.e. Sly. You can kill every Cooper except one. Now, Clockwork and the Fiendish Five did that. They overpowered and ransacked their house until they found the Thievius Raccoonus, and they destroyed it. They tore the book into 5 pieces and split it up, and pretty much disappeared into different corners of the world. So, let's think about this for a sec. He was dumped off at the orphanage. Now, my brother thinks that Clockwork was the one that did that. Now, if you think about it from a time-traveling perspective, what if Penelope was with him too? They never disclosed in the first game how he was dumped in the orphanage by who, or anything like that. They just say he was dumped off at the orphanage, leaving all of us to create theories. Now, this theory I'm thinking of is a bit of a doozy, but just bear with me. Again, going back to the time-traveling aspect, what if Penelope was not only responsible for the creation of Clockwork's immortality, hell, maybe she even manufactured the hate chip. Who knows? But she had one drawback. She says, I will give you immortality in exchange for one thing. I'll give you immortality, I'll give you the chance to kill the Coopers, but you have to leave one Cooper alive, i.e. the youngest, which is where Sly comes into play. So, then he ends up in the orphanage, and he ends up meeting Bentley and Murray, which, we're gonna move on here. Instead of going completely in order, I'm gonna go out of order. The reason I talked about Sly first was because he was the leader. Now let's talk about Murray. Murray could have ended up in the orphanage in a whole mess of different ways. In the first game, they say he's a part-time driver and a full-time burden. What if that was the reason that he was in the orphanage? His parents might have thought, or at least one of his parents might have thought, that he was in the way all the time and too much of a burden, too much of a casualty or whatever. But then they just simply decided, let's take him to the orphanage instead. That could have easily been the possibility, or he was placed somewhere and someone else might have taken him to the orphanage. We don't know. But if that would have been the case, if somebody else would have gotten their hands on Murray, wouldn't they have taken him and adopted him as their own? So that rules out that theory. Now let's talk about the one that's a bit of a oh boy, a doozy. That's right, I'm talking about Bentley this time. Now, Bentley's a turtle. I know for a fact that turtles, like the parents, abandon their young, but they sit on the eggs for a little bit of a time, and then the turtles go to the water. But with the abilities in the games, with the information in the games, we know that Bentley can't swim. Okay? Neither can Sly, apparently, from what we found out in Sly 3. But, okay, Bentley can't swim. What if he just didn't go to the water? What if he has more siblings than just him? What if all the other siblings, on instinct, went to the water, but he didn't? There lies the other portion that I want to talk about with Bentley, and that's the disability portion. We all know for a fact that he can't see very well, and now thanks to Clockla and Sly 2, he's paralyzed. Probably for the rest of his life. Which, honestly, I can relate to Bentley for two reasons. One, well, there's more than two, but here's just at least a few. One, I'm a smart person, and I mean a very smart person. Just like Bentley. Two, my vision isn't the best, and I have to use technological advances to help me throughout different things. So, yeah. Me and Bentley are alike on that one. And let's just say that our sympathy levels are also alike. No joke. And I don't know if this is part of a sympathy level, but if one of our friends gets hurt, it's like, you know what? You just made a huge mistake messing with us. So, yeah, me and Bentley are pretty much alike on that. Now, back to the topic of him ending up in the orphanage. Now, let's go back to the angle that I said about Murray. About someone taking him and placing him in the orphanage. Well, what if, instead of abandoning Bentley, his parents placed him there on purpose? Back to the whole burden part with Murray, but still. Maybe he does have brothers and sisters that we don't know about, and maybe they all turned out to have no issues whatsoever, and Bentley was just the fucking dud. Okay? Now, I know how that can feel towards being an oddball, because I am also, like I said before, I'm a little bit like Bentley because I am visually impaired. And I But do I really let that stop me? No. Does Bentley let that stop him? No. He has the ability to utilize and create technology that can help him. Me? I have the ability to utilize technology that can help me. So we're both alike. Closing argument. Sly, just to recap, / closing argument, Sly ended up in the orphanage by clockwork and maybe Penelope's hand through time travel. Murray? His parents could have placed him there. Bentley? Again, his parents could have placed him there. What if they had the choices between all the different relatives with Bentley and Murray, but then decided, nah, nope, they belong in an orphanage? What if that was the case? Or, going back to Murray for a minute and Bentley, what if they had the same fate as Sly? What if their parents actually died? Maybe not at the hands of an evil gang, but what if they passed away and some random strangers just dumped them off at an orphanage? What if that was the possibility? But anyway, guys, that's all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Vanessa Espinoza, and until the next video, I will see you guys later. Peace. Oh, and also, subscribe, comment, rate, hit that like button if you wish. Share that. Give this video a share if you would like. It helps a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching, and again, until the next video, I've been Vanessa Espinoza. Comment, rate, subscribe to become a Keyblade wielder, and stay awesome.